So the first thing that I do to take my pieces to the next level is to update the hardware. On this piece, I'm going to spray these handles matte gold. I think it'll really pop against this stunning blue-green color that I painted it. And gold is one of those timeless colors that you just can't go wrong with. Okay, so I have my little spray station over here set up. And what you need to remember for this is just to protect your surface. So I just have a piece of cardboard, and since this is only for two things. All right, so I want these to stand up like this when I'm spraying so that I can get both sides. So what I'm gonna do is just poke some holes in my cardboard and like pretty much just screw in. Easy trick that you can do. I do this for a lot of my hardware that just needs to like a knob or something that you don't want it to tip over, and then you just screw it in like you're putting it in a drawer, and that way it'll stand up straight. You don't have to worry about it tipping over. So just poke 2 holes through the cardboard where you need the screws to be, and then fasten them to your handle. It's super easy, and now they stand up nice and straight and are ready for spraying. I'm using the Rust-Oleum Metallic in the matte gold. Before it's ready to use, you need to shake the paint can for at least a full minute. This ensures that it will spray nice and even and in a uniform manner. Always make sure you're outside or in a really well ventilated area when you use spray paint. Or you can wear a mask if you want to. I'm outside and this is just a really short project. So I'm gonna hold the spray paint just like this, about 8 to 12 inches away. Sometimes you need to get a little closer, and I'm just gonna evenly spray over both handles. So here goes. So pretty. Now we let those dry. So while those handles are drying, we're going to move on to the second thing I do to elevate my pieces, which is lining the inside with a beautiful paper. So here's the print I chose. I think it's gonna look so pretty inside these drawers. Side of your drawers, just take your tape measure from side to side and front to back. So you're gonna roll out your paper and then just mark your measurements on the back. One thing that I always look for in a liner that I'm going to use for my projects is the ones that have this grid on the back, because it makes it so much easier to work with. Another thing that I like to do to make it a little bit easier when I'm measuring and cutting is to use a block of wood on each side of the paper just to hold it out nice and flat while you're cutting and marking. I forgot to do it in this video, but I usually do that when I'm working with paper like this. So mark your measurements and then just go ahead and cut on those lines. Again, when you have the liner with the grid on the back, it makes it super easy to cut nice straight lines. Now again, you want to decide which way you're putting your paper in. If you have a design that can go upside down or not, you want to be careful with that. So you want to double check. So I usually just kind of lay it in just to make sure I like the way it looks, and sometimes I decide to flip it around or something. But then what you do is you're just going to peel off. So you're just going to peel this off. Carefully peel off the backing, making sure that you don't rip the paper in the process. And then I usually take these 2 back corners and place them in the back very lightly, and then just kind of move it around until I get it nice and straight. But if you line the back up first, that usually works best, and then you can kind of work towards the front. Once you get it placed inside, use your hand and just keep pressing it forward, like from the back towards the front, like you can see that I'm doing right now. Just use your hand, press it as smoothly as you can down. You might feel some bubbles and bumps, but you're gonna smooth those out with the little tool once you get it in there. So I have this old plastic scraper from Pampered Chef, which I love and use, and it works really well. But pretty much just any kind of a plastic scraper that's not sharp will work great. Just smooth it out. Smooth out any bubbles. So try to start in the middle and work towards the sides, because just think you're trying to push the bubbles out. So you want to start from the middle of the drawer and move towards the sides. And really that was like super easy. And then you can run your hands over the bottom, and if you feel any bubbles, smooth those out. Okay, and then now you want to take your edge and just go along the edges to make sure that they are all pushed in as much as possible. My knife, and I'm just going to go along and trim off any excess. Push your precision knife into the corner of the drawer and just press down just enough to trim off that excess. And then you can peel it up really easily. This does take some practice, so don't worry if you mess up or you don't get it exactly perfect the first time you try it. Sometimes I have to redo a drawer 2 or 3 times because I messed it up. So just remember to go really slow and be very patient. And then just go ahead and do the second drawer or cabinet or whatever you have the same way that you did the first one. Once the hardware is dry, you're ready to put that back on your piece. Look how gorgeous these look now. They're just that amazing matte gold. So pretty. So updating the hardware and lining the drawers or inside the cabinet doors are just 2 ways to really bring your pieces into that high-end furniture category. And here's the final results. Let me know what you think in the comments. And please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or need any help with your own piece. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this post and save it to your favorites. And please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my flips.